Did you know there are places on Earth that look so strange they could easily be mistaken for another planet? From landscapes covered in strange colors to endless salt mirrors, glowing caves, and mountains rising through the clouds, our planet is filled with places that look completely unreal. In this video, we're counting down 10 places on Earth that look like they belong on another world. And trust me, the number 1 spot will absolutely blow your mind. So let's begin our journey. At number 10, we travel to one of the most extreme landscapes on Earth, Dalal in Ethiopia. At first glance, it doesn't even look natural. The ground is covered in intense shades of yellow, orange, green, and white. These incredible colors come from minerals, sulfur, and other chemical deposits produced by intense geothermal activity beneath the surface. There are also steaming vents and extremely acidic pools scattered across the landscape. And here's what makes Dalal even more incredible. It sits in one of the hottest regions on the planet. Imagine standing in a place where the ground itself seems to be painted with alien colors while heat rises from beneath your feet. It's almost as if Earth decided to create its own version of an alien planet. But Dalal is only the beginning. Our next destination looks completely different. Imagine standing in a place where you can't tell where the ground ends and the sky begins. Welcome to Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia. It is the world's largest salt flat, covering thousands of square kilometers. During the dry season, the surface becomes a vast white landscape covered with natural geometric patterns. But when a thin layer of water covers the salt, something magical happens. The entire surface becomes a giant natural mirror. The sky reflects beneath your feet, creating the illusion that you're walking through the clouds. The horizon almost disappears. For a moment, it can feel like you're floating between two skies. And this is still our planet. But our next destination may be even stranger. Thousands of kilometers away, there is an island that looks like it came straight from a science fiction movie, Socotra. This isolated island is famous for its bizarre-looking plants, especially the legendary dragon blood tree. These trees have huge umbrella-shaped canopies that make them look almost completely unlike ordinary trees. But the strangest thing about Socotra is how many unique species evolved here. Because the island remained isolated for millions of years, many of its plants and animals developed in ways found nowhere else on Earth. Rugged mountains, strange trees, dramatic cliffs, and turquoise water combined to create a landscape unlike almost anywhere else. Looking across Socotra, you might wonder whether you're still on Earth. And we're not even halfway through the list.
Now we're going somewhere even more extreme. The Danakil Depression is one of the hottest and most inhospitable environments on Earth. The landscape looks almost like the surface of a distant planet. Bright yellow sulfur, orange minerals, salt formations, and steaming volcanic areas cover the ground. In some places, geothermal activity is constantly reshaping the landscape. Colors that would look artificial in a painting are completely natural here. But this incredible beauty comes with a warning. The environment can be extremely hostile, with intense heat and dangerous volcanic and chemical activity. It's a reminder that our planet is still a powerful and unpredictable place. And now we're moving from one extreme environment to something completely different. At number 6, we travel to Turkey to see a landscape that almost looks frozen in time. Pamukkale means cotton castle, and once you see it, you'll understand why. A brilliant white mountainside is covered with natural terraces filled with turquoise thermal water. But these aren't man-made pools. They were created naturally over thousands of years as mineral-rich hot water flowed down the hillside. As the water cooled, calcium deposits accumulated and slowly formed the incredible white terraces we see today. From above, the landscape almost looks like a giant frozen waterfall, and when the turquoise pools reflect the sky, it becomes difficult to believe that something this beautiful formed naturally. But wait until you see what's next. We're halfway through our journey, but the strangest places are still waiting for us. So far, we've seen colorful volcanic landscapes, endless salt mirrors, bizarre trees, and incredible natural terraces. But from here, things are about to get even more unreal. We're entering the top 5 now, and the next place looks like a galaxy hidden beneath the Earth. So don't go anywhere, because the final 5 are the ones you won't forget. What if you could enter a cave and look up to see an entire galaxy above you? That's the experience created by the White Tomo glowworm caves in New Zealand. Deep inside these limestone caves,
thousands of tiny glowworms produce a natural blue-green light. When the cave becomes completely dark, their tiny lights appear across the ceiling like stars. There are no stars here, no artificial lights, just thousands of living organisms creating their own natural glow. Visitors can travel quietly through the underground caves by boat, while the glowing ceiling stretches above them. It feels less like exploring a cave and more like traveling through outer space. We're now entering the top 4, and the landscapes are about to become even more spectacular.
Rising from the forests of central China are hundreds of enormous sandstone pillars. This is Zhangjiajie. Some of these rock formations rise hundreds of meters above the surrounding landscape. Thick forests cover their sides, while clouds and mist often drift between the towering pillars. From certain viewpoints, the landscape looks almost exactly like a fantasy world. In fact, these dramatic formations have inspired countless artists and filmmakers. Imagine flying between enormous stone pillars while clouds move beneath you. It doesn't feel like you're looking at a normal mountain range.
At number 3, we're heading to one of the driest places on Earth, the Atacama Desert in Chile. Some parts of this enormous desert receive almost no rainfall for extremely long periods. The landscape is filled with barren valleys, salt formations, red rocks, and enormous mountains. There are places here where almost nothing grows. The combination of extreme dryness, rocky terrain, and unusual colors makes parts of the Atacama look remarkably similar to images of Mars. That's one reason scientists have used this environment for research into conditions that could resemble those on other planets. And when night arrives, the landscape becomes even more spectacular. Because the Atacama has some of the clearest skies on Earth, it's also one of the world's greatest places for observing the stars. During the day, it can look like Mars. At night, it looks like you're standing in space. Only 2 places remain, and the number 1 destination is something you absolutely won't want to miss.
Hidden beneath the desert landscape of Arizona is a canyon that looks almost impossible. Antelope Canyon was carved into sandstone by water and wind over enormous periods of time. Instead of straight walls, the canyon is filled with smooth curves and flowing shapes. Sunlight enters through narrow openings above and creates dramatic beams of light inside. As the sunlight moves, the colors of the sandstone seem to change. Deep orange, red, gold. Every turn reveals another shape. Standing inside these narrow walls can feel like walking through an enormous piece of natural art. But we've reached the final destination, and this one looks so strange that you might genuinely think you're looking at another planet.
And now, number 1. Hidden in Brazil's Chapada dos Veadeiros region is a landscape known as the Valley of the Moon. And the name couldn't be more appropriate. Over millions of years, water and erosion carved the rocks into strange sculpted formations. Deep grooves, sharp ridges, natural channels, unusual pools, and enormous rock surfaces that almost look like they've been carved by something other than nature. As sunlight moves across the formations, the landscape constantly changes. From one angle, it looks like a lunar surface. From another, it looks like an alien canyon. And then you look around and realize you're standing on Earth. That's perhaps the most incredible thing about all 10 places on this list. We don't need to travel to another planet to see alien landscapes. Earth has already created them for us. From the colorful geothermal pools of Ethiopia to the endless mirror of Bolivia, from strange trees on Socotra to glowing caves in New Zealand, and the surreal rocks of Brazil, our planet is far stranger than we often imagine. Which of these places would you visit first? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey, like the video and subscribe to FactBox for more incredible facts, mysteries, and places from around our amazing planet. Until next time, stay curious.